Looking like it will very soon, but it hasn't yet. Welcome to our live stream. I have a very important conversation that we're going to be having today. Hi, everyone. Just making sure that we're here. We're live. Perfect. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a question that many of you guys are probably thinking about. And someone actually just had a conversation all about this with me. And it was just such a refreshing conversation. And I wanted to just talk about it with you because I know that should you get a, let me just make sure that we're good. If you guys are hearing, I'm just gonna, which is, should you get a coach? Most coaches ain't me. I am going, and we can, you already. This is gonna be a really good conversation. Man, and one more, y'all don't see it. You're gonna be like, you went live, you didn't even share, da da da. I never got to see it. So I'm just gonna make sure that you guys are actually gonna see this, and then we can have the conversation. Okay, here we are. Get okay. I was having a conversation with someone what that feels like isn't that much extra afterward, and it's usually like paycheck to paycheck. Every single dollar counts. You're really having to plan and organize. Like, one of the things that I often tell people to check in on themselves, if you want to know, are we in a place that's great financially, is how many times in a week do you actually have to think through where's the money at, like what's going on here, what's going on there, moving stuff, sometimes moving stuff around from account to account, sometimes not. But really, even just how many times in a day are you having to have a money conversation to kind of figure things out in your own mind? And, you know, I was, what was it? Let me just see. Let me make sure that I don't miss anything. Like, one of the things that I've noticed is a lot of people are type of stuck because it feels like, well, like, if it was stuck in your relationships, let's say like you wanted to fix your relationship, or you're like, oh, I have the money, it's whatever. I'll go put the money down and do that thing. But when someone feels stuck financially, then the question becomes, that's one of the very common beliefs about money. That's why I want to have this. Oh my gosh, it keeps jumping in and out. Can you guys still hear me? I just want to make sure I am not talking to myself, because that would not be cute. First, the egg or the chicken? Get help, even if about. So Lisa, one of our clients, was recently having this conversation with me, and it was like during the pandemic last year, with the pandemic. And I mean, it sucks to lose your job, yourself, or your family. It's very difficult. How do I even start all over again? And but you can't change it, right? Like, you don't control those things. And so she lost her job, and she came to us, and she was having this conversation like, Toyin, I literally just lost my job. To me, logically, it would like, this would be the worst time to get a coach to help me figure out my finances, coach to figure out. And then one day she got, I think she like bought my book or something, read my book, and was like, okay, I need to talk to, or four maybe, money right now. Then the best way to fix that is to make sure that I have someone in my corner who's going to show me how to show up in the job search process, in and not just in getting a better job and getting a new job, but someone who's going to show me how to make money start to work for me, so that when I get this job, I'm not in the same place if ever I lose it. Like, I'm not having to think about my bills and like, how are things going to. It's been like 3 weeks in, so this is probably her fourth week. She got an amazing new position, and amazing. This is what I've been looking for, and such a big step of faith. It felt like such a big step of faith to make the decision to get the help when you don't know what you don't know. You don't know what's on the other side. And the truth is, like, we're not the ones that hired her, so it's not like we're the ones saying, hey, come work with us and we will give you a job. It is still going to be on what happens and the way this you show up, because you're the one who lives your own life. Coaching doesn't give you the job. Coaching helps you to do what you got to do with the right strategy so that you're able to get it. Okay. So I thought about Lisa and just the shift that happened for her. And then 2 days ago, I got a message from one of our clients from a year and a half ago. And I'm going to see if I can show you. It is the screenshot that she sent me. Here it is. Let me see. Can y'all see that? Okay. You may not be able to read it, but I'm just gonna read it to you. I did an interview with this woman, Tanya, about a year and a half ago. And you can look through our videos, you'll see the video I did with her. She's a single mom of 3 children, 2 boys, and one gorgeous young woman. And when she first started working of these children, to make a decision to invest in me and my growth when money is already tight, is this a responsible decision? And she made the decision. She stepped into the room, and I'll tell you the reasoning behind it very soon. But I just want to give you examples first. She made the decision. She sent me a text, not a text message. She posted it a couple days ago, and she said, "Yep, me, single mom of 3, and Jesus, because she's like, I got Jesus, just got our new home." So her first ever home that she can call her own. Um, she said, "Don't let anyone tell you that God won't do it for you. His promises are true. Won't he do it?" And it was funny because when I saw it, I was like, ah! So I'm like, you got the house. And she messages me back and she's just like, "I just need you to know, Toyin, it's not just that I got the house, but I am debt free and I got the house. So the only thing that's on my name right now is the mortgage." And I was just like, boom, like, this is what we do. This is how we do it. This is exactly why we do what we do. And I was celebrating, but I started to really think about where she started and what happened in her beginning, which is got 3 other mouths to feed and the money is tight today. Back then, a year and a half ago, it didn't if someone had told her, if you get coaching and figure out your finances and create a real financial freedom plan, not like Google uh, cookie cutter box financial freedom plan that somebody is giving to 1,000 people and they want your life to fit into their cookie cutter, but like you get an actual legitimate personal strategy for building financial freedom, and you get a customized debt freedom plan, and you're fit. If you could actually do that, if someone had told her a year and a half ago that all you got to do is get those foundational pieces done, and a year and a half from today you are going to be moving into your own personal house with your children, then it'd be a no-brainer. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about whether or not you should get a coach if money is currently tight. And if you guys are hearing what I'm saying, put your distinctions in the chat because I can see that tons of you are already typing in there and talking to me, which is really awesome. You already know how I am. I am straight up. I will tell you the truth because nobody else wants to tell you the truth. Everybody else wants to tell you it's just going to magically change, and just continue to visualize and just believe that one day all the bills are going to be paid and you're never where money just flows and you don't have to do. Go and ask their people a year and a half later where they were, where they are, right? Okay. So if you want to change, you need someone who's going to talk to you for real, who's going to tell you the truth, and who's going to tell you the truth with a lot of love in her heart. That's me. So I'm going to tell you the truth, a lot of love in my heart. That's why I'm doing this video. If money is currently tight, it is there's a reason for it. And you have to be self-aware enough and humble enough to acknowledge that. So that's number one. That is the foundation. And I promise you guys, I almost didn't get this myself. Ignored it. Like I was acting, I don't have a money problem. The money just isn't figured out, but like I don't have a money problem. And so I would fight against the reality of what I was looking at, that money was tight, for like years. I literally remember at a point my mom, like my mom and my dad would talk to me and they're like, "Hey, what's going on financially?" And it was like, "No, we'll be fine. It's okay. God's got me. God will take care of me." And I'm not saying God won't take care of you. Unfortunately for me, I was so headstrong that nothing was wrong, and I could figure it out on my own, that I waited until we ran out of money to the point where we ran out of food. And when we ran out of food, then I was like, oh, I have a 6-month-old baby. I can't not have food. Oh, we have a problem with money right now. It literally took an empty fridge and cans in the house being finished. And you know, when the cans in your house are literally done, you're at the end. For me to admit denial, and they will say, well, Toyin, the reason money is tight today is because I paid this bill 2 days ago. But they don't want to acknowledge that it's a cycle, and every month they get paid, they pay the bills, and then there's nothing left. So they'll say, oh, it's just because the fridge just broke down. It's just because I just bought that car. It's just because I'm going through some people 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. They don't want to admit it. So they want to keep saying, spoke to someone the other day and she was like, oh, about miracle door and almost losing the place I was even renting and getting the money that I needed the court day that I was going in for the eviction. So you want to talk about financial miracles? I got you. I will talk to you about financial miracles. But I can also tell you that waiting on miracles to do the daily stuff of living, I can't even tell you guys how much heartbreak it ended up causing our family. I'm not even going to go into that story now. Literal heartbreak. Because we thought miracles was waiting for the ability to pay bills. When God is looking at you and going, I didn't put you on the planet to finally pay your bills, than covering the gas bill or covering your rent. There's people out there waiting for your life, are thinking about bills. But that's a different conversation. So the first thing I want to say is, if money is tight, there's a reason for it. Now, that money is tight. Great. Now here's the second thing you need to realize. Until you shift the root, the pattern will remain. Hear me. Until you shift the actual root cause for why money is, it won't change. It's not a curse, it's reality. Okay? Until you do, like y'all, all of you guys have heard the Einstein quote, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That is literal insanity, because if you do the same thing over and over, except today I had coffee instead of tea, today I feel better than I did yesterday, so today it should be a different result. Like, if you keep doing the same thing over and over, you are going to get the same result. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So if you don't actually fix it from the root, and let's talk about what people do. Instead of dealing with the root reason why money is tight, they will try to fix the surface and the symptom of money being tight. So they will, hey Deeker, hey, good to have you all the way from Vancouver in Canada. Whoever else is on here, let us know where you're shouting out from. But like, if it'll try to fix the surface, so what will they do? Or I have extra money, right? Or they will try to like get a new budget. Okay, so money is tight right now. Let me get my Excel document out, and I'm just gonna organize it, and I'm gonna figure out what they did this exact same. And this year they're using Excel, and next year they will use another app. The money's still tight. Are you guys hearing me? I want to make sure y'all are understanding and picking up what I am putting down, because I'm putting something down right here. Okay. So they try to fix the surface of the problem. Oh, I'm just gonna I have so much debt and the monthly payments are drowning me, so I'm just gonna refinance my house again. Okay, I'm just gonna refinance my house again. Okay, I'm just gonna refinance. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a refinance. What I'm saying is when you're refinancing to try to fix money being tight and you have to do it and you have to do it, and the banks are happy, they're telling you just put it on your mortgage. Yeah, keep spending, keep doing what you're doing, everything's great, just put it on your mortgage. That's why you have a house. That's why, so you can put it on your mortgage. Meanwhile, other people are making millions of dollars with their mortgage. Are y'all hearing me? So the second lesson here is money won't get better until you fix it from the root. And now there's two things I want to talk about. I'm trying to decide which one to say first because we're going to talk a total of 4 things to fix if money is tight and answer the question, should you get a coach if money is tight? Yes, I know what I'll do. And then the last one. So here's the third step then. Okay. All right, Toyin. You got me. You're right. I do need to fix it from the root because I know I've been trying to fix the surface issues. I've been jumping from one business strategy to another business strategy. I've been changing my business model and thinking that if I just do all these things, it will change. Obviously, I've been working 3 jobs now for 3 years and money's still tight. So it's not working. Okay, what do I do next? So the third thing you need to do is you need to fix it from the root. Like, this is logical. This makes sense. So what do I mean when I say fix it from the root? So good to see you guys. Oh my God, there's so many of you on here. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, perfect. Um, so what do? Fix it from the root. What do I mean? You have to, must, have to. What do I mean by that? I mean, there are beliefs in your brain right now about what is and what is not possible with money. And I don't mean your logical brain and the logical thoughts that you have about money. I mean the subconscious thoughts that you have about money. I'm talking about the thoughts that happen in your mind related to building wealth or being debt free or having investment properties or multiplying your income or increasing your revenue. There are subconscious beliefs that everybody on the planet has about these things. And those subconscious beliefs will determine what you actually get. So you can, but your subconscious mind will not allow you to have a level of wealth that is beyond what it is willing to handle. Period. Point blank. It won't let you do that because that's like self-sabotage. That would be you. It's the fact that you have to move money from account to account to pay bills. It likes the fact that you have to use the credit card. It likes no, it's doing it because whether you want to in this place of money being and so what do you do? What do you do about this? Leads me to number 4. Well, easy answer for what do? You find your money mindset roadblocks and you remove them, and then you apply an actual legitimate, okay, this is like the actual answer. You stuck, shift them in a real, genuine way. And when I say find it, I'm talking about the subconscious thoughts, not the ones that are right on the surface, like, okay, all right. So find them, shift them, and then you must actually apply a financial freedom plan, a debt freedom strategy, an increasing income strategy that is legit and that works, that you will now free. The cost is now the mental, emotional, and time energy that you put into doing these free strategies that don't work. And so at the end of the day, you've done all the work, or it changes for like 2 months, changes for like 3 months, and then you're right back where you started, or even worse. So you actually need to have a strategy that works. If you don't have the right strategy for increasing income, getting rid of the debt completely, and building financial freedom, then all the cleared mindsets in the world won't help you. Because if your mindset can be clear, but if you don't know what to do, or you do the wrong thing, you're going to stay stuck. Like people in the not-for-profit, we've worked with so many people in the not-for-profit sector, and they'll always tell me there's no money in the not-for-profit sector when they first come to us. And then they learn the right strategy. If you don't have the right strategy, you think it's impossible. Which leads me to number 4. Now we're on number 4. So let's answer your question. Should you get a coach if money is tight right now? That's the worst time to get a coach. Or maybe an actual expert. And when I say coach, I don't mean, y'all already heard me, I'm not going to go into this, but I don't mean all the 8 billion people all of a sudden in the middle of the pandemic that became financial coaches. I mean like someone who's actually done this work for years and years and seen results of thousands of people scaling their income by millions of dollars, paying off millions of dollars of debt, like an actual real financial coach that actually has results to show for what they're talking to you about. Okay. Should you get an expert to help you fix it? Y'all answer me. Because you don't know what you don't know. And if you're stuck, one of my coaches, because I have a coach. And why do I have a coach? Because I needed a coach when I did not have food. And that's how I finally figured out how to go from not having food to being a multimillionaire within the span of 4 years. But one of my coaches says this all the time. He says, the inside of a jar cannot read the outside. Doesn't know inside of a money, because I'm a money processes for finding my own junk, bringing it on the table and shifting it. And still, I will meet with my coach and they will show me things that I'm saying, not because I'm actually saying it, but behind the words that are coming out of my mouth, what they're actually hearing from me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And as soon as I know what it is, then I'm like, good, got it, fix it, let's run. But you cannot self-diagnose your own subconscious on your own unless you've been through the process that like I've been through. I've been through a process of ridiculous pain and hardship. Like I don't think it was for no reason, because obviously, thank God, it's help a lot of other people, thousands of other people change their lives. But I just feel like I should have learned the lessons a little bit faster. It probably took me about 6 years of hitting the wall over and over and over again before I actually finally cracked the code and understood what I was doing that was sabotaging myself. So essentially, you're saying to yourself, if you do not want to get a coach, you're saying to yourself, I want to do it myself. I want to figure it out myself. I am going to go through my process of 10 years of smacking against the wall and tweaking, and smack against the wall and tweak, and bankruptcy and tweak, and consolidate the loans and tweak, and plateau in my business at $100,000 a month for the next year, and then tweak, and then whatever it is that is you're stuck at. I don't care whether you're a millionaire or you don't have the money for your bills tomorrow. Wherever you are in this process, you can it out, sit with it and follow it to say, what's holding me back? Shift it. How do we create a strategy? And then implement the strategy. And you're done. Now, here's the thing that I want to highlight. Whether or not you work with a coach, a real coach, if money is tight, money is tight. So even if you don't work with a coach, guess what? Next month, money will still be tight. The month after that, money will still be tight. The month after that, the year after that, money will still be tight. And I know some of you guys are like, no, that's not going to be the case for me, because I have a new plan that I've never. Every other year, it's a shiny strategy that everybody's talking about. One overspending problem is done, and I'm going to be wonderful. It's going to be great. I'm going to be. I hope you guys are hearing me. At the end of the day, it's your decision. The money that you end up paying in interest on debt while trying to fix it yourself, the money that you end up losing in growth because you're not investing it and putting it where it needs to grow. But what's worse than the money you lose trying to do it on your own, honestly, to me, guys, is the time you lose. Because money, you can make money, you can lose much of your time. Because, and I was like, I'm not on what to do with money and how to make money start to work for me. I just refuse to do that. And I do want to say this, like, when we talk about helping people scale their income, like Tanya, the single mom I was talking about who just got her house and is totally debt free outside of the house, or Lisa who lost her job, I mentioned in the beginning of this call, but then got a new better job in a couple of weeks, and all these people that we talk about, like, they're not doing what I'm doing. So I know some people will be like, oh, but Toyin, do I have to now become a financial coach to be able to build the wealth then? And like, because that's what people think. It's like, no. Most of the people that, in fact, I don't work with financial coaches. I think we've helped 3 financial coaches over the whole year. Everyone else that we've worked with have their own actual calling in the job sphere, in the career space, in their business. They have their own thing they're doing, and you can build wealth there in not for profit, whether it's teaching, whether it's whatever it is, whatever it looks like. Online business, brick and mortar business, it doesn't matter. What does matter, that's what you need to learn. And in order for you to do that well, do that right, and do that in an accelerated way, do that faster. If you've tracked with me for that, is I'm at that place. Like, I'm tired of trying to figure this out on my own. Then go ahead, click on that link in the caption, go to the website that's right here on the screen with me. This one right here, toyindata.com. I had to find it, /call. Book a call with myself and my team, and let's have a conversation. So that in a time of year, it's the fall, that's when money is tight. It's winter, that's when money is tight. Like, let's stop that story by getting you set up, getting your financial freedom plan, figuring out exactly what mindsets have been keeping you in this place, shifting it, increasing your income or revenue, setting up your financial freedom plan, setting up your debt freedom plan if you have any debt, and actually building wealth so that you can. And guys, we're not building wealth just to have money. You're building wealth so that you can give back, so that you can take time to rest and actually live your life instead of just living to work for money. I love you guys. I'm so excited to have talked to you. If you're looking forward to this sort of a shift in your life, then go ahead and book a call. toyindata.com/call. Love y'all. Peace out.